In this third video on burnout, I'd like to speak a bit about too much of a good thing. When we get excited about something, usually we want to do it more and more and more. And that's not by itself a bad thing. With music, I started out at 6 years old playing piano, and then at 7 I picked up the violin. And if I look back at what happened, from one year to the next, I was spending more and more time practicing. By high school, it was about an hour to an hour and a half a day. In college, it was 2 to 3 hours. In graduate school, it was closer to 4 or 5 hours of practice. So there was kind of like this gradual increase. And there was an ebb and a flow. I remember one time I was so frustrated. I took my violin bow and I threw it across the room. I was ready to quit. And my dad came in and, he kind of talked me off the ledge. And I'm very grateful for that conversation. Later, after graduate school, I began as a full-time violinist in the symphony. So for me, the burnout from too much of a good thing really did not happen. And it's a lifelong passion that continues to this day. I love music more now than when I started. When you enter the Tai Chi Gung world, one of the things that happens is that you come to an understanding of how the life force fuels our enthusiasm and our passion for things. And the beautiful aspect about that is if we hit burnout, there is a way of rekindling the enthusiasm we had when we began. It's an amazing thing. And it has happened for me in music a number of different times. Where too much of a good thing often does not survive are in relationships. I remember as we were splitting up, my ex-wife and I remember the counsel of my Tai Chi Gung master. And as we were going along, what had happened is we were both self-employed and we were both living under the same roof, living, working, and spending many, many, many hours together. And we had an amazing connection. We were telepathic. She could be anywhere and I could read her thoughts and she could read mine. There's an upside to that, and then not so much when things aren't working out. And after it was come and gone, my Tai Chi Gung master mentioned, he said, well, if you had slowed down and if you had spent time apart, you would probably have worked things out because you would have been able to bring yourself to clarity of what is going on with the other person and what is going on with me, as opposed to the mix that gets very confused when you are so deeply entrenched in the flow of conversation and the thoughts that you really can't see. So sometimes the burnout has to do with overexposure. And what's interesting about the Tai Chi Gung system is that you learn over time that the source of regeneration that comes from connecting to the life force directly, and for a lot of people that comes in spending time in nature, right? And then it goes into prayer and meditation. What you end up in a situation where you have an energy source that helps you cope with the challenges that you face, whether it's at work that you've been doing for many years, or if it's in a relationship that is losing its fire. It's a beautiful thing to understand. When people get curious about Tai Chi Gung, we suggest that they try a class. You discover if it's a good match for you very quickly. So in the Denver area, if you'd like to come to a class, visit the website and you can register and get a card for a free class that is good for 30 days from the day that you register. And I'd encourage you to give it a try. It's been an amazing transformation for myself and for many of my students over the last 2.5 decades. Thank you.